Team. Couldn't have done it on my own. Didn't start it on my own. My mother was Angie. She started the brand. Retired, 12 years ago when I took it over, reinvented it, and just grew it to another level. But I mean, she planted the seed, and I just watered it, and I had some help along the way. That was very interesting because I'm gonna be honest, just like other, I'm sure, small business operations, especially restaurants, didn't expect the success that we were going to have during COVID. It was totally unexpected. We were panicking, just like every other business, when things first, came upon us. But for whatever reason, the customer base, they reacted totally different to, smaller operations, especially businesses that already had a strong carry-out base, delivery base, which we did. We were the very first, when Uber Eats started here in Cleveland, Ohio. They started with 4 restaurants. 3 of my restaurants was 3 of the 4 that actually started here. So we were believers very early on, and we got on the bandwagon very early on, and it paid off. So when it was time when COVID hit and people went into a hibernation type situation and just relied on carry-out delivery, we were right there at the forefront in terms of restaurants that they can depend on with that. And our numbers soared. We did very, very well. Still doing very well, but we really did very well. I learned that a lot of restaurants or a lot of business owners, especially small businesses, they become content and stagnated, and that's the biggest reason why they don't continue to increase their success. So I learned I'm not a young guy anymore, but when I was young, I believe that the younger generation is the generation that will change everything, right? They can see things that you can't see. So I'm always trying to pay attention to what the younger generation is doing, what the larger organization and companies are doing and trying to evolve. That's why we were the very first restaurant, Angie's, the very first restaurant in Northeast Ohio to go credit cards only. I know that for a fact. I did my research. This restaurant that we're sitting in now, the Cleveland Breakfast Club and the Vegan Club, is the first restaurant to operate 2 totally different concepts under one roof. I'm always trying to definitely be ahead of the curve and change that. So man can't survive off soul food alone. I tell everybody, as much as I love it, that's my favorite food. I grew up on it. I'm a fan of it. People talk about some of the negative impact of soul food, and I'll debate that any day of the week. My mother had 9 brothers and sisters, and they all lived to their late 70s and 90s, and they eat everything, what they call the rooter to the tutor. Even though I don't, just for my own personal reasons, they do. My mother is 86 years old and she'll eat anything. I have a uncle who's 92. He eats anything, so I don't know if it's a situation that the meat products and the products they grew up on is different than what we have access to today. But they've been out of the South for 50 years now and they're still kicking strong. So it's, when people blame it completely on the food, yes, that plays a part, but it's also genetics, it's also part of the DNA, so it's not just the food. So as much as I'm a fan of soul food, I love breakfast, I love brunch. When I travel to bigger, larger major cities, Atlanta, DC, New York, LA, you can get brunch 7 days a week, but here, it was just a weekend thing, right? A Sunday or Saturday thing. I wanted people to have the experience or have the option to go get brunch 7 days a week. Have a sangria with their, a steak and eggs or whatever, an omelet or the fancy pancakes. So we felt like it was ready for something like that in Cleveland, and I had the opportunity to do it. And I have to say too, and I'm not just blowing to my own horn, I have to say the Vegan Club is 1,000% the best vegan options in the city. I want to put it up against anybody. I'll put money on that. The chef Portia, period. Nobody can touch her. Nobody can touch her. And it's a bonus that, you know, she looks like us. That's an extra bonus, for sure. The restaurant business is one of the hardest businesses in the world. That's a statistical fact, right? More restaurants open and close than any other business on the face of this earth. The average lifespan is 18 months to 3 years. And that's not a color thing, you know, that's just a small business thing, and the obstacles that stand in front of that can directly affect anybody, right? And preparation, experience, capital, those are all the largest obstacles that stand in the way. A lot of people wake up every day and say they want to be in the restaurant business, and that'll be the biggest mistake that they can make. Wake up and say you want to be in the restaurant business, but you're looking to start at the bottom. Go and work in the restaurant. It's amazing to me how many people. I literally had a conversation yesterday with a guy, and he said that he was ready to bring in a partner in his restaurant. And I said, what experience does that partner have? He said he's never worked in a restaurant. That, you know, that just blows my mind. Like, who gives somebody the thought that they can get in the business as diverse and hard and difficult this is, and just learn one thing. You know, that blows my mind. It's not that easy. You know, people are deceived when they see me and think they can do it, but I always remind people I've been in the restaurant business since I was 9. Literally working in the business with my mother and my father. So it became second nature for me. I've never had a job in my life. So I've always been an entrepreneur. I've always had my own business, and I've survived like that. So for somebody to go in a situation is totally opposite from mine and jump into this field, that's like me going to NASA and saying I want to fly a rocket ship, you know, so it's not realistic. I know I make it look easy, but it's not. In terms of business, and it's not, my answer is not directly relating to money. Like, it might have not been my most profitable situation, but it's the brand that helped me change my personal brand, and that was Zanzibar. So for sure, in terms of the exposure, in terms of the people that I met, in terms of putting me on a different level in the city, in terms of exposure of who I am as a business owner, Zanzibar for sure. I would say my kids, for sure. My kids. Yeah. A beautiful son, 2 beautiful sons, and a beautiful son is here working right now in the restaurant. That's the handsome dude walking around, looking like he had a GQ magazine. Yeah, and I have a 10-year-old daughter that just, man, the other love of my life. So, you know, that's my biggest investment. Right now, currently, I am not, but I'm very skeptical, and I'm skeptical because, for one, you're talking to somebody who's never invested in a stock, which completely blows people's mind, blows everybody's mind when they find out that I've had so much success betting on myself and investing in my ideas. Why am I investing in somebody else's idea? You know, I got where I'm at. Social media can be very good, but it can be very bad if you're, you know, just like anything else. You have this spit, what we call chew up the meat and spit the bones out, right? So I would say the first suggestion I would give that young man or young woman in terms of what steps should they take to invest in themselves is seek knowledge. Seek knowledge. Don't waste your time on BS that's not improving you, that's not inspiring you, that's not benefiting you. You know, you'll have all the time in the world when you retire, but right now it's time to get to the money. get to this success. Pick up a book, read a book, go on YouTube and watch videos, something. You know, not music videos, knowledge videos. You know, something that I've been visualizing for many, many years. Here in Cleveland, when you go to Atlanta, Georgia, it's more than one, but one specifically. When I first went to Atlanta 10 years, not my first time in Atlanta, but 10 years ago when I visited Atlanta one time, one of my family members introduced me to a street called Peter Street. I went down Peter Street and we went in one restaurant that was black owned, that was progressive, just amazing. And we walked out of there and went into another one, and then another one. And I said, hold on. All these places are black owned. People come. Every business on the strip was black owned, and it was progressive, and it was just amazing feeling. And the customer service was great, and I never experienced anything like that. And then when you go to Detroit on Livernois, they have the same thing. I went last year 2 years ago to a restaurant, and this is on a strip where all black-owned businesses, and from quick serve to high-end, steak and lobster, where they came and made banana foster by the table, and it was all black-owned business with all black customers. It was diverse. It was non-African American customers also. So that just set me out on a path, and I wanted to bring that experience here to Cleveland. So I've been working on that for a couple of years now, and I finally got a huge step up to get closer to bringing that to life, and we're going to do that on Buckeye. I just got blessed and just acquired 6 properties over there, and I already had 3, so that brings my total to 9. And I have one of my best friends, he owns a property over there. Another good friend of mine just bought another property and business over there. And obviously the foundation of people of color owning real estate, commercial real estate on Buckeye was already there. And with the assistance of Brandon, obviously with Evelyn is doing a great job that he did closer to South Florida. We're going to bring that all together between 116th and South Florida. Black Wall Street.
Yes.
You know, that's what we're pushing for. And we're going to do some huge investments in the neighborhood. The city of Cleveland is making a huge $30 million investment on the street. That's public information, with new streetscapes and sidewalks and benches and garbage cans. And then you have the Covenant House that just made a huge investment over there. And you have Burger Bear with Hard that's doing a great job with their future endeavors over there. And then obviously people don't know, you have Cleveland St. Luke's Foundation right there, Village Capital, Cleveland Neighborhood Progress, you know, right there. In the next 3 to 5 years, it's going to be a different street. It's going to be a different neighborhood, and we're going to bring it all together. Everybody is working in unison to bring that all together, and that's what I'm super excited about for 2020.